a 90-day plan that says, this is where we see things headed in the next 90 days, and this is the first step to get you to the ultimate success of your business. A SGP, otherwise known as a strategic growth plan, is a way in which we analyze what has happened in a customer's business or a prospective customer's business in the last 30, 60, 90 days, taking a look back and then figuring out where they are right now, what their goals are, what their most important KPIs are, what their cost per acquisition is, what the return on ad spend is, how their funnel operates all the way from their ads through to after the click, through their initial offer, through to their upsells. And then the SGP, or the strategic growth plan, then allows us to be able to analyze everything that they've done in the past and then project into the future what we can potentially help them out with, which in some cases might be front-facing ads, better ad copy, longer form video. It might be consolidation of certain aspects of their offer, tweaks that they can make to their landing page, their sales page, and or upsells they can make after the click to ultimately reach their goals. The thing that a lot of agencies really miss out on when they talk to a prospect initially, if they're interested in hiring them for agency services, is they really just talk about metrics. Metrics are very subjective, very quantitative. We look at things more in a qualitative manner of, let's look at your ad copy, let's look at your videos, let's look at different ways in which you can engage audiences at the top of the funnel. How can we use some of those subjective measurements based upon $100 million a year in ad spend and thousands of years of expertise among the Tier 11 staff to be able to make predictions as well as understand what's going on today and what can be done to improve upon things like creative and messaging, which is probably one of the most undervalued and underappreciated aspects of digital marketing right now, which is how do you approach somebody who has no idea who you are to get them to engage with your brand in some way, shape, or form. And I think that's the thing today, because there really are no more campaign tactics and tips and tricks somebody can do inside an ads manager account or inside a Google account or a Meta account or a Snapchat or a TikTok account. So much of the effectiveness of advertising now is based on somewhat subjective measures, which is creative, ad copy, messaging, videos, images, and so much of that is done through research to find out what the avatars really are thinking, feeling, as well as how we can express how the product or service that we're representing as the agency for our client can solve their problem, which ultimately leads them to achieving a specific desire. A strategic growth plan, yeah, there's a lot of metrics, there's a lot of data that is used in order to analyze where things have been, but the projections outward oftentimes are just based upon experience. If you don't have an agency that really knows what they're doing when it comes to that sort of aspect of things, you're going to be missing out on a tremendous amount of revenue as a business. So if you look at this strategic growth plan as more of like a quarterly business review and a sort of initial first date, I think that's a smart way of looking at it. And as soon as we start to work with individual customers in the first 30, 60, 90 days, then we get a much better sense as to what the business is really all about, what their goals are, what resonates with their market and their avatars, what messaging really resonates. And then this strategic growth plan literally is used as a roadmap for that first 90 days of working together. And at 90 days exactly after an onboarding with a Tier 11 customer, that we then do a quarterly business review, which takes into account all the things that we've done in the last 90 days and projects out what we'll do together in the following 90 days based upon the business goals and what their objectives are and what their business vision is. Because at the end of the day, we're all about acquiring customers and enhancing their lifetime value so businesses can ultimately achieve their vision.